Hi there Aries, thank you for joining me for your August monthly forecast. This month begins with a beautifully enlivening link between the Sun in the most buzzy part of your scope, but also Uranus in your sign. That can give you the sense of being a little bit more daring. Yet conversely, there is still a gathering of planets in the part of your horoscope that's to do with the foundations in your world. And one of these is Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, but it is in opposition with Pluto for the first 3 weeks of this month. If you're considering doing anything to your property or in any way using your property as a leverage to get funding for a business, proceed with caution. When Jupiter and Pluto get together, our ambition can really reach heightened proportions, but also our sense of reality can kind of get swept away. And you may be over-ambitious, perhaps in the scale of what you want to do, or you may encounter someone who's a little bit ruthless in the way that they pin you down. So as much as you may want to be creative and different, security is not something that you should bet too easily. Now on the 4th, Mercury moves back to the part of your horoscope that it first started its rewind in when it began its retrograde at the end of June. Now, of course, it hasn't been in a rewind for the last 2 weeks, but the issue is that Mercury has to get back to the place that it began that rewind for the situation and the issues to completely unravel. So if you have been waiting for something to fall into place, particularly linked to your home, I think it will start to do so from the 4th. Now, there's a fab new moon on the 6th, and this is particularly great because Jupiter forges a lovely link with the Sun. So once more, it's giving you a little bit more confidence, a sense that things are picking up speed, that you're not being quite so reflective and inward. And then on the 9th, Mars, your ruler, moves into Leo, your sister fire sign. Now, if you are thinking about buying a new car, or you're wanting to show a more passionate and assertive streak in your love life, well, from the 9th and then the 12th, when Venus moves into your opposite sign, it's going to be an interesting phase for your love life for sure. Because Venus and Mars are actually on reasonably good terms for the first 2 weeks of this month. Then they're going to start to stretch apart a little bit. But certainly by sign, for this part of your horoscope, from the 9th and the 12th onwards, for about a week, they're really going to be cooperating beautifully, and that could see something really quite sensational happen. Now, Venus is going to get into an opposition with Uranus, so somebody could come into your world who tends to excite you, be different, or in an existing relationship you're being encouraged to try to refresh it, especially if it has got a little bit dull and a little bit predictable. Now, there is going to be a change of scene around the 21st. There's a full moon then. This full moon suggests that if you are spoilt for choice when it comes to friendships, the type of things you can do socially, maybe you need to make a few choices. But as soon as the 23rd, the Sun moves, moving into Virgo, and things do get a little earthier again. This is followed by Mercury, and the two planets are going to actually be very closely side by side. Not exactly so, but enough to help you to focus more on all the realities of life, how things are working, how efficient they are. What's your health regime like? Are you in a job that gives you personal satisfaction? Because both planets are going to be going opposite the rather dreamy influence of Neptune. And if you're not quite in top condition on looking after yourself, I do feel that you could go through a real low period energy and mood-wise towards the end of this month, although the redeeming factor will be the arrival of Mars in a brilliant part of your horoscope just towards the end of the month, which is really going to give you a spark of energy. But Neptune can confuse. So watch out for information that's not clear-cut. If you're having an interview for a job, you must be factual, and also be conscious that you could encounter someone who can be a little bit economical with the truth, to say the least. Wishing you all the best. Thank you for joining me, and goodbye.